What's going on, Pisces? How are you doing? Hope you're doing super well. This is the Autistic Mystic, and this is going to be your reading for the month of December 2023. So in this reading, Pisces, we're going to take a look at your overall general energy, some things that you don't see coming, and also get some advice from your angels and spirit guides for you regarding the month of December 2023, Pisces. So before we begin this reading, as always, I do want to take a moment to let you know that you are very welcome here in this space with me, Pisces, as we go through this reading. And I really do appreciate you in advance for taking the time to check this reading out. Now, if this general reading does happen to resonate with you, Pisces, definitely smash that like button. Subscribe down below if you have not already for future updates. I would also really appreciate that over here, Pisces. So without further ado, I'm going to pull the energy for you. We'll see what's coming your way for December, Pisces. As always, I would like to thank the angels, the interdimensional beings, and the spirit guides who are overseeing this act of divination for the sign of Pisces. All right, really interesting stuff that you got going on here, Pisces, for sure. Before we get into the tarot, though, let's go ahead and start this reading off with some pre-shuffled oracle cards. And these are some suggestions from the universe for you regarding December, Pisces. The first one is Lord Shiva, Transcendence. Rise up, honor your inner force. Steps are being given, and dance with the universe. So Shiva is really like a masculine energy that's known for slaying fear. Okay, so I do feel like there's an experience coming your way that might be a little bit scary, but you're meant to go into this with confidence, knowing that you were made for this. You're made to dance with the universe, and really, there is a frequency coming out of almost you need to rent yourself out this month and realize that we are living in a form of simulation, Pisces. Like, you know, this is like definitely to come off the stage of your life and come off the stage, walk down into the auditorium and start observing your life rather than being lost in participating in it. So a lot of meditation, transcendence of the physical experience is actually what you need more of. It's not out of alignment for you to do that. So there's a lot of like the objective observer always has the advantage. So instead of being clouded by your own emotions or some sort of negative experience here, you need to rent yourself out, come off the stage down into the auditorium and just kind of look at your life kind of from this like detached perspective, or not even detached, but like a spiritual elevated perspective, and really dance with the universe. Like whatever the universe is throwing at you, whatever challenge that's facing you, you definitely have the potential to turn it around and like judo, like use the energy what's coming at you. Because for a lot of you, I do feel like there's this energy of people who could be jealous of your own success or your own Pisces energy. I feel like there's people who could be not really labeling you correctly. You know, there could be people who just think that you're immature, but you're actually doing very deep healing work. And so if anyone's like coming at you and they're trying to be like some sort of like mature Saturn like figure, I would really like advise you to like not listen to this person or something, because there's definitely an experience of there's something strange going on. So I don't know, we'll see what it is. You also have Lady Venus, downloads and understanding. Truth is being revealed. Deep insights are coming from heaven and the astral realm. So I do feel like you're going to be giving a lot of downloads. You know, the universe, amidst some sort of painful experience, what I sense from this reading is you're going to know exactly why it's spiritually happening, but the other people might not. So like, in other words, it's like you may be experiencing a soul contract with individuals who have no notion about the idea that a soul contract could even exist, because in some sort of case, every single interaction with any sort of person in some sort of sense is a soul contract. And I just feel like you're going to be very tapped in spiritually this month, and Spirit's saying not to forget that, because there is some sort of intense experience coming your way that may trigger you. All right, and Spirit's saying allow it to trigger you. Okay, I don't know why I get that, but I do. I feel like what this reading is saying is like there is something that you're going to be triggered by, but instead of letting it hurt you, you're going to laugh at it. You know, they say the psychotic person drowns in the same water that the mystic swims in delight. So I do feel like your attitude about challenge, going through adversity, going through potentially an unfair experience having to do with an external person coming in and making you feel like, why is this happening? Instead of letting it suck you down, you just gotta like laugh at it and don't even let it affect you. Okay, there's something that you need to rise up, detach yourself from, because there's a force that wants to pull you into negativity, that wants to distract you. And I do feel like there's a trigger, there's a catalyst that's pushing you to the next level to take action in your life. What that is, we're gonna have to see, but you're not going to get caught off guard this month. Like, whatever is falling apart, I feel like there's going to be a lot of, like, awareness about why, you know, but it could be this feeling of it's too late. Let's just let this burn. I don't know, Pisces. But you also have hope, love, and acceptance. Love is yours. Recognize your divine worth and choose loving thoughts. So hope, you know, not losing hope for the future here, whatever may be going on. I just feel like it's a very transcendent spiritual month where things may be a little bit shaky in the physical, but it's here to spiritually reset you. So let's go ahead and get into this reading. Your opportunity is the 9 of Swords here. Interesting opportunity. There may be something that you need to address that's keeping you up at night. This could have to do with someone's energy coming in to like attack you. And I don't mean physically, but just like mentally. There could be a mental attack on your own success this month. The reason I say that, I'm going to skip around a little bit, because like, in your overall general energy, Pisces, you have the Page of Wands, the 6 of Wands, and also the 5 of Swords. So I do see you getting a lot of public victory, attention, and success and recognition. The Page of Wands is behind it, so some sort of adventure, some sort of experiment may have led to success that other people simply don't understand, or it could be your own self-sabotage coming in. But there's definitely, you know, this could be this idea about sabotaging something that's really good, something that looks good, someone doesn't like it. So for a lot of you, I do feel like you're dealing with haters that you may feel very sensitive to at this time. Okay, but I actually think it's going to drive you forward. Whatever like painful experience that you're experiencing, it's here to activate your highest potential, Pisces. So your challenge is the Magician. And the Magician does have to do with spiritual energy and activating your potential. The first thing coming through is that any challenge that you're experiencing that's really going to feel like overwhelming, you have a choice to make in that moment to allow yourself to believe that this problem is like all consuming, or you can really remember that it's not that big of a deal. Okay, this is here to help you activate your highest potential, whatever's going on here, Pisces. The Magician in your challenge could be a little bit of like a spiritual energy battle that you have going on, you know, because once again, there could be people who are a little bit jealous of you who can't admit it. I don't know, the 5 of Swords to the 6 of Wands is like people not really liking a recent achievement. You know, you could be attracting someone or something that's very trying to hurt your potential. So you may need to recognize that. You may be given downloads about that. I don't know, Pisces. Yeah, let's just keep going. When it comes to what you don't see coming, you have the Ace of Pentacles, the King of Pentacles, and the 9 of Wands here. I feel like there's some sort of unfinished project that you're going to finally launch. So this actually looks really good for the physical world and business. Like in what you don't see coming, I feel like you're going to be secure and starting something new that you may have been putting off. And for those of you that are not dealing with an external detractor, there could be a feeling that your own immature procrastination is really starting to hurt your consciousness. You know, there could be something about procrastination that simply a stressful situation triggers you to no longer be able to procrastinate. And this may look like the form of something going wrong, you know, because when I go to your advice, I mean, Spirit is warning you that something is coming to an end, you know, and you may be pushed into action. And you may have to like really rent yourself out spiritually, detach, dance with the universe. I'm telling you, there is something here that you may have to prematurely. This is what this could be about, premature. there's something that you're meant to launch in the physical world that you may have been waiting on. This could be a side business, a project, a new love relationship coming in that feels maybe like it's too much too soon. And this is the advice. Like the advice is like the Two of Swords, the Tower, and the Ten of Wands here. So something's coming to an end, a foundation's blowing up. You may not see coming. Like this is a really weird frequency to be in your advice, Pisces, especially with this being in your opportunity. So like anything that does feel like unexpected or off, I do feel here, Pisces, that it's pushing you into your potential. Your challenge is the Magician. This is also spiritual alchemy. In your challenge, like the first thing that I sensed is like there's going to be an intense experience, but you're going to know exactly why it's happening. Okay, and you just need to roll with it instead of fight with it. Don't resist it. If you can master resistance, you can master this reality, Pisces. Okay, so what this is about, we're going to have to really see when we begin clarifying this reading, Pisces. It's a little bit intense for sure. So with that being said, let's go ahead and do it. Let's see why the Nine of Swords is your opportunity. Why is the Nine of Swords your opportunity? You know, let's see. I do get the feeling for you, Pisces, like there's something that you've been putting off, procrastinating, that like if you started it would have already been working, but now it's like you're almost working against the clock. There could be this feeling. The Nine of Swords is clarified by the Knight of Pentacles, the Tower, and the Three of Pentacles here. So there could be something that's taking too long that leads to a Tower moment, and it's an opportunity for it to lead to a Tower moment. For most of you, I feel like there's been something that you've been putting off. I'll do it later. I'll do it later. Buddha said the illusion is that you think you have time. So there could be a lot of downloads about the way in which that we must use time. Like the Stoics say, if you dare waste even an hour of your time, you don't know the value of life. Right, and so there is this energy of like a Tower moment as a result of something going too slow. So some of you may decide to pull out from a teamwork situation because it's just going too slow. There may be a lack of cooperation that actually damages your public image. Maybe this is a result of people that you work with. This could have been something you chose to work with people. And I do think, Pisces, you know, there could be something here definitely about the wrong selection of teamwork in business, you know, the wrong choice of job. Like, I do feel like there's people around you here. Now, for others of you, this is, if it doesn't have to do with people, I feel like this is something that you knew that you should have taken action on in the past. You haven't, and now you're going to have to, like, kind of pay for it. You know, so this could be the idea of your own self-sabotage of procrastination coming to really hurt your public image. There is I say this to motivate you, not to scare you, because there is like a parallel reality version of you. Different choices that you made in the past led to different choices. Like there is this idea that there's a parallel reality version of you where you're much more in alignment, the highest version of yourself, the most passionate version of yourself, the version of yourself that actually does all the things that you get from spirit to do is almost like coming back to haunt you this month. I do like, so like there is this, like you could be, I don't know, Pisces, like it's almost like you could have like a dream and like your future self, like a disturbing dream where you meet your future self and they're like, hey, like this is who you're supposed to be right now. You're a shell of yourself. Like, let's go. And it's you. So it's like, you're going to fight yourself. It's a future timeline version of yourself you're battling with. So, I don't know, Pisces. I do feel as well like the advice here is that if there's anything that you're using as a crutch, an excuse, this is why I'm not acting on my passion. This is why I'm putting off this business plan. I mean, it may just be a moving target and the universe really just may take it out of your life. You got to dance with the universe. Whatever is being taken away from your life right now, Pisces, it's here to actually activate your highest timeline and your potential. Okay, so whatever's going wrong, there's a higher order to good and bad. There could be something here that you think initially is very bad happening to you in December 2023 that actually turns out to be really good. Why else would your opportunity be the Nine of Swords to the Tower. I mean, something has got to give here in the opportunity. Something's got to give. Something has got to change, perhaps to do with the physical world, with the Three of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles. And then what you don't see coming, the Ace of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, to the Nine of Wands. I feel like for some of you, procrastination is really just ripping apart your soul's plan. I do feel like there's a spiritual reality check coming into you, but instead of beating yourself up, be like, oh, see, I got the timeline and now I'm going to make a different change as a result of, because it's almost like Spirit is like laughing at you this month, like Shiva, and like, it's almost like Spirit is laughing at you because whatever fear is causing you to not start something new in the physical world that perhaps has to do with a new relationship with an earth sign, or perhaps has to do with more of a money, business, financial move for you, whatever is you're using to say, I'm not going to do this. Spirit's like, that's it? That's what made you give up? That's what made you hesitate? So there is like a stoic message to this reading of like, he who hesitates is lost, Pisces. And, you know, part of like what success is about is repetition. Like Stoicism is all about repetition, like seeing repetition, like doing something over and over again, like as devotion, as like mantra, affirmation, or just doing something that you said you were going to do. Whether it fails or not, you won't have regret. And I just feel like there's this energy of like, you could have already been in the flow, you could have been doing repetition, but you're not even taking the first jump, which is like a weird energy, you know, which creates excess potential. So what I do sense is that those of you that are already quite successful, and all of us are successful to another point, the money that you've already manifested, the status that you currently do have, you're resting on your laurels here, Pisces, and the universe might just, you know, you've created a lot of excess potential. The only way to remove excess potential looks like, hey, Pisces, do this. Hey, the universe is talking to you. Download, do this, take this risk, do this, take this risk, do this, take this risk. And you just sit there and say, no, I'm gonna stick with what I got. That creates excess potential that then the universe, balanced forces come in, ruins the excess potential, because the universe always strives for harmony, balance. It resets everything. And so there is this frequency, Pisces, of like, what are you even scared of? And you cannot afford to rest on your laurels. You can't just dig deep into what you've already been doing. There needs to be a change here, Pisces. So I don't know, some of you got really comfortable. Remember, it's like people think like a loss can make or break someone. A win can also make or break someone, because people get very comfortable with a win. I feel like whatever level that you've reached financially or spiritually, you've gotten very cozy. You've gotten extremely cozy, and Spirit's just here to say, hey, we got more work to do. You haven't hit the finish line yet. Some of you could even be overdoing your success, and I'm going to be honest with you, some of you could be overplaying your success, thinking that you're more successful than you really are, in a dream, you know, dreaming like, this is I think whatever I think that I'm already a master, and therefore everyone's going to see it. Yes, you may get a couple reflections that people see it, but I'm telling you, there's some excess energy catching up to this little thing you have going on in the physical world, perhaps, or some sort of enthusiastic thing. It's almost like you're getting enthusiastic about things in a self-sabotagey way, and there needs to be a deep expansion point here for you, Pisces. Expansion. It's hard for you to activate your potential, you know, because there is this idea that you may be feeling of like, hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I live a pretty decent life. My life works out, so yeah, I'm pretty comfortable. I can come in, I can listen to Mystics readings. Not much changes every month. There needs to be a big change here. You know, I really feel that. So let's just see, Pisces, like, why is the Five of Swords here facing the Six of... I mean, whenever I see this, I mean, what the hell? That's just like, really? And it's like, there is this like thing, it's just like I'm just channeling. It's like, everything that you've worked so hard to create can be taken away in a moment by someone else. Create it anyway. People are going to stab you in the back. Love them anyway. It's like you need to elevate, rent yourself out amidst the physical moves. Why is the Five of Swords here for Pisces? Procrastination for many of you. If some of you are attracting haters for something that you previously got applause for, is because it's not helping anyone anymore. There could be this idea, Pisces, the way that you run your business, the way that you use passion as a Pisces to channel, to do things. I think that there needs to be a next level here, or else people could grow, like, I don't know. Here's the thing. The Five of Swords is clarified by the Ace of Swords, right? And you have all this stuff about downloads and transcendence. And I told you that whatever changes are going to come, you're going to have downloads about why it's happening spiritually. So it's like a weird frequency of, like, Pisces is the frequency of, like, injury to the self. If we look at, like, the 12th house, which is ruled by Pisces, it's like this frequency of, like, self-harm, so there could be this self-sabotage here that you know is hurting you. But for some reason, you're just so detached that it's just, you're like, whatever, like, it's all an illusion anyway. And I'm telling you, like, nope, that's not going to cut it anymore. The Five of Swords is clarified also by the Eight of Pentacles in reverse and the Three of Wands. There's some sort of new form of productivity that you're meant to be doing. You're not meant to be waiting on this anymore. You're meant to expand, take a risk, perhaps. Because if you don't, I mean, it's really going to, this could have to do with an existing, like, however you get public recognition, attention, what's your reputation, why do people love you, what do they give you praise for, that could be taken away if you keep doing the same thing over and over again. Albert Einstein once said that the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. So there's this idea of shaking things up in the physical world before you feel ready. And for a lot of you, this is going to be like self-doubt. And once again, whatever excuse that you're using for not launching something new, for not listening to Spirit and just saying, well, I could just do it later. Spirit is laughing at you and they're saying, Pisces, not doing this work is so much harder than just doing it. So do you like the pain? Do you need to trade out that pain for some sort of new, like what I'm trying to say, Pisces, is like doing the work. Taking the risk, not procrastinating, letting something fall away is so much easier than clinging to this thing. And, like, I do feel like some of you, like, are going to be maybe Spirit, the only way that they're going to get to you is embarrassing you. And I usually never get this message, but I'm saying if you want to challenge the universe, then you can challenge the universe. What I'm saying is this. What I sense the universe is thinking about you is this. It's like, you're just like, here, yeah, anything that happens, like, it's all in my mind, like, I'm spiritually solid, like, nothing can shake me because I know this is all an illusion, and therefore, because it's all an illusion, I just get to do whatever I say, and I get to procrastinate or whatever. And Spirit's coming in and saying this in December. Do you want to play that game? Because you're going to be embarrassed. You want an embarrassing experience? It's on the way. The advice is the Two of Swords, the Tower, the Ten of... they're really... Spirit could just be sending you something just to mess with you. It looks nasty, but it's testing your spiritual gangster. You're detached. You want to disassociate when you shouldn't be? Then here's the cake that's going to make you fall back into your body and be like, oh my God, I'm not spiritual. I should have just listened, but now I went the hard way and now I'm melting. So that's what's going on. And so let's just keep going. I mean, let's clarify why the Nine of Wands, and what you don't see coming, the Nine of Wands is next to the King of Pentacles and the Ace of Pentacles. So, like, what is this little Nine of Wands doing here? Putting off inspiration, wounding, getting in the way of you just acting on your inspiration. You have a great idea, you're not acting on it. And what you don't see coming, there's an idea that maybe you've been putting off, it's coming back now. The Nine of Wands is clarified by the Ace of Wands, the Temperance card, and also the Six of Cups. Yeah, this has to do with an idea that you've been sitting on that's going to bring you a lot of healing. It may feel risky, but the greatest risk that you're going to take is literally just staying the same this month. Okay, your opportunities, the Nine of Swords and the Tower, and your advice is the Two of Swords, the Tower, and the Ten of Wands. Something needs to burst. There's a lot of excess potential around you. Excess potential is basically karma. Excess potential gets created when there's no outlet for a massive amount of spiritual energy and intention and desire building up around you, and there's no leak, there's no valve, there's no intention without action creates excess potential. A dream without action creates excess potential. Procrastination without an escape route of action creates excess potential. And by the way, doing drugs and avoiding your pain and numbing your pain does not release the valve of excess potential. It only creates it more. So there's this pressure cooker on you. You need to let it explode and be detached and be transcendent. Instead of being transcendent and being detached from your crappy situation that has excess potential, let it blow up. Now test your spiritual gangster. Now be detached. It's easy to be a spiritual gangster when you're resting on your laurels and you're bragging about things that are like, why are they bragging about that? This is like, it's just, let's clarify. Why is the Tower here in your advice? I'm getting pissed now. No, I'm just kidding. Why is the Tower here? Oh Lord, save me. Yeah, it's like what? It's like I just sense you're in a state of fear, and like you're sitting there and you're like, I'm not in a state of fear. I'm not in a state of fear, and the universe is like going to like test this weird thing that you have going on. I don't know what it is, but the Tower is clarified by the Two of Wands, the Queen of Wands, and the Ace of Cups. There's definitely a new positive emotional experience coming in your way. It has to do with your passion, authenticity. You can't wait anymore. Any sort of waiting, contemplation, will I do this passionate new beginning or not? It's coming either way, Pisces. So you can either go down ignoring it. It's just going to be so much easier for you to address this and to run away from it because you're not going to be able to anymore. The excess potential has reached its maximum point. Well, that being said, I hope that this reading helped you, Pisces.